On Love and HipHop Atlanta, Kirk Frost reveals Mandeecees and Jasmine's covert relationship, a story of romance, betrayal, and drama. Few reality TV programs have presented such an unpredictable blend of treachery, duplicity, and relationship difficulties as Love and HipHop Atlanta LHHATL, in the often stressful and dramatic genre. One of the most recognizable franchises in the Love and Hip-Hop series, has won over viewers' hearts with its fantastical plots and outrageous characters. The drama involving Kirk Frost, his wife Rasheeda, and the shocking disclosure of Mandeecees Harris and Jasmine's covert romance is one such plotline that has captured the show's attention. What started out as rumors and suspicions quickly turned into a full-fledged conflict, unveiling a world of lies and secrets that nobody could have predicted. The backstory: who are Kirk, Jasmine, and Mandeecees? It's important to comprehend the main participants before delving into the drama. First appearing on Love and Hip-Hop New York as Yandy Smith's love interest, Mandeecees Harris is a well-known character in the Love and Hip-Hop franchise. Rapper, music promoter, and entrepreneur Mandeecees is no stranger to the limelight, particularly when Mandeecees was imprisoned on federal drug trafficking charges. His relationship with Yandy became as one of the main plot points of the New York series. But when Mandeecees was involved in a covert romance with Jasmine Washington, a woman connected to Kirk Frost, one of the key cast members of the Atlanta version of Love and Hip-Hop, his name reappeared in the turmoil that followed. Love and Hip-Hop Atlanta has long featured Kirk Frost. Kirk is frequently at the center of a number of dramatic situations because he is the spouse of Rasheeda, a successful rapper and businesswoman. Infidelity, financial difficulties, and reconciliation efforts have all been part of his turbulent relationship with Rasheeda. Due in large part to his multiple cheating scandals and propensity for making snap decisions, Kirk's character on the show has always been contentious. In contrast, Jasmine Washington is a relatively recent addition to the Love and Hip-Hop franchise, and is well known for having ties to a number of important characters. She is shown as a lady who has a covert relationship with Kirk, which develops in surprising ways throughout the course of the season. The disclosure: the secrets start to come to light. When suspicions started to circulate that Kirk Frost was concealing a far more serious secret than anybody had previously recognized, the tension around his infidelity escalated to unprecedented levels. After Jasmine claimed to have an ongoing relationship with Kirk during her appearance on the show, the rumors began to circulate. Although her claims were viewed with suspicion, viewers quickly came to the conclusion that she wasn't just a random woman or side character making unfounded charges. Her evidence was sufficient to rock Kirk and Rasheeda's relationship to its core. However, as the drama developed, a new development surfaced. The story's core was not merely Kirk's adultery. It was the discovery that Jasmine was also somehow connected to Mandeecees, the man who had been a consistent presence on the Love and Hip-Hop New York franchise. The audience was left wondering for weeks if the rumors were real. Was this just another lie in a long series of manipulation, or was Mandeecees actually linked with Jasmine? The creators seemed to be pushing all the emotional buttons in an attempt to keep the audience on edge. But as time went on, it became evident that this was more than simply a made-up plot. Kirk Frost ultimately revealed the shocking information that Mandeecees and Jasmine had been having an affair in one dramatic incident. Both Rasheeda and the audience were caught off guard when Kirk acknowledged that he had known about the affair the entire time. Kirk and Rasheeda experienced a severe emotional split as a result of the confession. The rest of the cast, many of whom had been kept in the dark about Mandeecees and Jasmine's scandalous connection, were equally shocked. The affair of Mandeecees and Jasmine: love, deceit, and lies. Investigating the nature of Mandeecees and Jasmine's covert relationship is crucial to comprehending the extent of the betrayal. Mandeecees' relationship with Jasmine can initially appear to be a passing fancy or a sign of weakness. But it soon became clear that the relationship was far more nuanced than that. Long presented on Love and Hip Hop New York as a respectable man, a loving parent, and Yandy's faithful companion, Mandeecees appeared to have a more darker side. Even though his relationship with Jasmine began as an extramarital affair, it appeared to have grown beyond a simple liaison. According to reports, Mandeecees and Jasmine were secretly dating for months, keeping their relationship a secret from both their partners and the general public. The emotional manipulation and secrecy that defined their relationship were also part of the lies and deceit which went beyond the physical adultery. The liaison with Mandeecees appeared to provide Jasmine with a way out of her own complex existence. It seemed like being with Mandeecees gave her a sense of authority and power that she couldn't find anywhere else, and she was enmeshed in her own drama. Jasmine's reasons for keeping up the connection were unclear. Was she merely using the affair as a means of exacting revenge on Kirk, or was she genuinely in love with Mandeecees? However, Mandeecees was at a turning point in his life. Unquestionably, he was loyal to Yandy, but he was also attracted to Jasmine. He had an emotional tug-of-war from the relationship, particularly as he attempted to reconcile his hidden affair with his family life. But the infidelity wasn't the only startling aspect of this affair. It was the length of time that Jasmine and Mandeecees had been able to conceal their relationship. Even the most loyal Love and hip-hop fans were taken aback by the truth because of how closely they were connected and how skillfully the lies were written. Kirk's part in the story, the confessor and the betrayer. One important figure remained at the center of the controversy as Mandeecees and Jasmine's covert relationship came to light: Kirk Frost. Kirk had a crucial and perplexing role in this drama. He was a man caught in the crossfire of his own adultery, on the one hand. However, it was he who finally revealed the truth to Rasheeda, although in a highly explosive and public way. Kirk had known for months that Mandeecees and Jasmine were having an affair, but he kept this information to himself, perhaps to keep his own secret safe and to keep his already strained relationship with Rasheeda from getting worse. Kirk's choice to be clean instead of keeping the truth a secret has both advantages and disadvantages. On the one hand, after being in the dark for so long, Rasheeda felt a sense of closure after the confession. On the other hand, it wiped out any remaining trust between the two of them. The revelation that not only her husband had betrayed her, but also that someone as close as Mandeecees had been complicit, crushed Rasheeda. Viewers could sense Rasheeda's sadness and the moment's emotional weight. Kirk seemed to battle feelings of regret and guilt during the process. His past transgressions, including his multiple infidelity and his lack of openness with Rasheeda, were gradually coming back to haunt him. For Kirk, what should have been a moment of truth quickly became a moment of reckoning. The ramifications of his secrets were evident as his marriage fell apart in front of him. The repercussions: broken relationships, lost trust. The persons involved were immediately and severely impacted when Mandeecees and Jasmine's covert connection was made public. The marriage between Kirk and Rasheeda was completely upended. Rasheeda had to deal with the final betrayal despite their years of collaboration. She fought to accept the reality, and her inner agony was evident. Mandeecees, meantime, had to deal with the consequences of his own behavior. His reputation had been damaged, and his relationship with Yandy was now in jeopardy. Mandeecees had already faced his share of personal and legal difficulties, but this affair opened a new chapter of controversy that threatened to destroy everything he had worked so hard to achieve. Jasmine, too, found herself in a challenging situation. She may have initially believed that her covert relationship with Mandeecees was empowering, but the truth revealed the unpleasant realities of manipulation and betrayal. She was an outcast in the group due to her relationships with Kirk and Mandeecees, and her role in the scandal caused her to reflect on her own decisions and intentions. Following the revelation, everyone involved had to face their own personal consequences. No one was spared in the complex web of treachery, betrayal, and lies. Once broken, trust felt almost hard to restore. Conclusion: The Cost of Confidentiality. Mandeecees, Jasmine, and Kirk's story about love and hip-hop Atlanta is a clear illustration of the negative effects of deceit, secrecy, and treachery. In addition to the primary characters, the entire ensemble was impacted by the consequences from Mandeecees and Jasmine's covert connection, which made viewers wonder about loyalty and trust in the reality TV industry. Drama is frequently expected in the love and hip-hop genre, but even the most seasoned fans were taken aback by the intensity of this specific plotline. The story of Kirk Frost, Mandeecees and Jasmine was one of the most combustible in the history of the show, with relationships in ruins, trust gone, and emotions running high. As the dust settles, it's impossible to avoid wondering, will these relationships' demise be sealed by the fallout from this drama, or will there be an opportunity for forgiveness and reconciliation? Time will tell, but one thing is for sure: secrets always find a way to surface, no matter how tightly they are kept.